Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
Well, you can be on the air if you give us a call. 434-394-0924 is the number. It is your Wednesday, the 17th day of July. It's hard to believe we're halfway through it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. With me is Noah Massard.
How's it going, Chris?
It's going well. How about you?
Early start, doing well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going good.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's open mic day. You're over the hump Wednesday. Lots of reasons to celebrate, I guess.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
The weekend is so close. You can almost smell it.
And I do believe we have a cooling trend coming
Yes.
the way with the weather forecast.
That's right. Some
Coming
rain.
up, and some
coming
much
up.
needed rain.
Yes.
So very good. Well, last weekend I got my huge deck
How was that?
partially stained. It was hot, but with the help of Francis's son Camden and his friend and myself, we got the first coat down and the railings done, and now I have 169 spindles to do.
That's a lot of spindles. Wow.
Yeah, but it'll be fun.
It will
We'll
be
just take
fun.
our
It's a
time.
nice
We
summer
won't have to-
project.
Yeah, it's a nice little summer project. So
Do you have any plans to really deck out your like porch area? You know, get some maybe like furniture, like patio furniture. I don't know if it would be patio.
I've got it all decked out.
Okay.
No pun intended,
Oh.
but everything's off the deck because
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
we're gonna
you're
put a
staining
second
it. Okay,
coat.
gotcha.
We're gonna put a second coat on
Okay,
it.
just making it, look,
Yeah.
just like
It's
time
really
to.
beautiful.
Yeah. I
But,
gotcha.
yeah, that's been about 7 months in the making.
Wow,
So we
okay.
had to let the wood cure and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we couldn't do it much in the springtime because we had so much rain.
Mm-hmm.
But it's finally getting done, and happy about it.
That's really exciting. What color is it?
It's called New Cedar,
Mm-hmm.
and it blends very well with my copper gutters.
Mm.
Copper, not real copper, but copper painted gutters and everything. So, yeah, it's really pretty. It's bright.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's brighter than the back deck. But I wanted it bright because when you're in the woods,
That's
you
right.
want something to pop, and the cabin's dark stained.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's got the red trim on everything. So,
Okay.
yeah, it all blends together.
Mesh together.
Mesh together.
Love it. I love it, Chris. That sounds very exciting.
I know. So, how has the week been for you so far?
Very good. Well, let me ask you this, Chris. I have never seen really any of the Harry Potter movies, but my girlfriend's like a big
Oh, she's a big Potter fan.
Potter fan. So I've spent this past weekend kind of like watching, 1, 2, and 3. And have you seen them before?
Yes.
Okay. Haven't seen them. Really enjoyed them. They're fun. They're almost like Indiana Jones movies, but like wizards and just like, but like still like, I don't know. It's like a fun, I don't know. I've been just like really enjoying those movies. And just having a very relaxed weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously yesterday was Tuesday.
Yes.
And I hung out with John.
Where were
Stayed-
you when the ex-president, former president?
That's a big one.
Where were you when they
when that happened? Yeah, I found out. I was actually on the phone with my brother, and he told me that information. And I was like, "No, I don't believe you." And then I had another friend that I talked to as well, and he it was like, "Yeah, I heard," and like that's yeah. So I mean, I found out like hours after it happened because I didn't check my phone at all during that time, which would have been a good time to check my phone, but I just happened not to. And yeah, I mean that's. We haven't had, I think John Staten said it, but like we haven't had a attempted assassination since like the 80s with Reagan. That was the last time we had some sort of like attempted something, which is like, yeah, I mean, that's a long time to have. That's like almost what, like 40 years or so, like a little bit over. But this is a very like grueling election season, I feel like, and just like I don't feel like I don't feel like a lot of people like either candidate. I mean, in like, I'm not a political guy. I'm not on CNN, obviously. But I don't know. I think it's
Don't hold your breath.
Oh, okay. It's funny.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's very interesting. It's just a very tough time for people because like I feel like with either candidates, it's just like there's no real good answer, and so it's crazy that now we're having an attempted.
It scares me to where this country is headed.
It's very scary, very scary. It's hard not to be concerned, like every time you wake up,
And the world is watching, and so, but
other countries are taking notes right now.
well, and had Trump not moved his head,
we would have had a much bigger problem.
would have been a much bigger problem. And I just think that it's sad. It's a sad thing for the United States and for the world as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were in the cabin and watching a movie, I think, and then I think somebody texted and said something, that Trump had been shot or grazed or whatever. But anyway, it was then all of a sudden it was like Facebook just lit up. YouTube just lit up and everything. But anyway, we settled down.
That was a great photo, though. Like that came out of that, like whole the one with him. Like you don't even have to be a fan of Trump to appreciate the kind of like just the beauty and like I don't know, just like I'm sorry, terrible. This is bad. But like just the connection and just like, you got the security guards like covering.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, we're America, like, where we rise through like adversities and stuff.
Well, we do.
That was a great, like, just image, like a visual for that statement. Really just kind of like powerful. I'm not the biggest Trump fan. But I was like, wow, that's just like a photo that I can't help but appreciate. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what plays out. That's all we can do. All right. Let's check out what happened on this date.
Absolutely.
In the world. Get it up here so that I can read it better. The featured event was in 1936 when a well-planned uprising by nationalist rebels against the Republican government of Spain began this date in 1936, sparking a bloody civil war that lasted until 1939, excuse me, when the nationalists and Francisco Franco assumed power. So that was the beginning of the Spanish Civil War in 1936. We'll come up to 2020. American civil rights leader and politician John Lewis, who helped lead the march that was halted by police violence on the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama in 1965. It was a landmark event in the history of the civil rights movement. He died at the age of 80 in 2020. 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 17 crashed in separatist-held territory in Ukraine, killing all 290 aboard. A Dutch investigation later determined that the aircraft was shot down by a Russian-made surface-to-air missile. 2009, American journalist Walter Cronkite, who was as the longtime anchor of CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite, became known as the most trusted man in America. He died at the age of 92.
John was telling me that his like grandfather apparently hated Walter Cronkite. He, I don't know. We were just like talking about like old news anchors, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my grandfather was like, he's untrustworthy," or something like that.
I went to see the movie Fly Me to the Moon yesterday because it was so hot, and I just decided that I would go to a movie in the afternoon. I would leave Earth. I'm a moon person anyway. But anyway, it was a very cute movie. But on that note, they did have some clippings of when they landed on the moon. I think it was in 68 or 69. I think. Anyway, they had Walter Cronkite on there in person doing that interview report. He was reporting for CBS, so that was kind of cool.
It was.
Yeah.
It was cool.
1998, the United Nations completed the statute establishing the International Criminal Court, which began sittings 4 years later. In 1996, TWA Flight 800 crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Long Island, killing all 230 people aboard. A U.S. government inquiry determined that a mixture of fuel and air had ignited accidentally within a fuel tank, though others believe the jetliner was shot down by a missile. So we'll see about that. Well, we do have a caller.
We do.
So let's take that. Good morning. You're on the Call Flow Radio Show.
Sunshine and Noah, top of the morning.
Good morning, Barry.
How are y'all this morning?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Getting ready to head up to Charlottesville on some business here in just a little while. Hope it'll be a safe day and I started to say a cool day, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, we still have a heat advisory in effect.
You know, I tell you, I don't ever remember it being this hot this early.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hot and maybe cooler weather and rain on the way, huh?
Yes, that's right.
Well, certainly we need to pray for America this morning. What a sad condition this nation is in. I'm telling you, this incident over the weekend with Trump and all that going on up there in Wisconsin is really sad, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But we need to pray for our presidents, both Trump and Biden, that this will bring peace, love, and certainly concern throughout our nation. And so I ask everybody to keep it in prayer. Certainly was sad about the Amish accident
yes.
here.
Oh, yes. I heard about that yesterday.
Yeah, and the little girl is supposed to be, her funeral is supposed to be today. The little girl that died, 8 years old. We're certainly sorry for that family. We wish them the very best and hope everything goes well and our love to them. Only one fatality that I'm aware of. Are y'all aware of anything different?
No. I do know that the mother was pregnant.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, and but we haven't heard anything other than that there was just the one fatality.
Right. Was there anything else on the news about the others?
Not that I know of. No.
I haven't heard anything.
What I understand is, as of yesterday, there were several critical at UVA. So regardless,
I know they were
what
medvac.
happened,
Yes, they were flown. Yeah.
So we do wish that family the very best. I don't know the name of the family, but I'm certainly sorry. I don't know what they're going to do about these accidents because there's been several Amish accidents over the while, and certainly something needs to be done. We need to be cautious about where we're going, what we're doing, keep our eyes open because these people are on the road, and they do have the right to travel just as well as we do.
That's right.
So our love and blessing to the family. God bless y'all, and certainly God bless America.
Well, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Good old Barry calling in.
Yeah, he keeps us in touch with stuff that's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a tragedy. And just strange circumstances, too. But I'm not going to go into that because it was hearsay from what so I don't really have anything concrete.
It is a big problem, though, with the buggy accidents, like here in Virginia, or like this area especially. It's like, what can you do? I don't know. Can you make buggy safer somehow? I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a box of sheet metal almost.
Yeah, they're pretty lit up, especially at night and everything. So. But, I have come up, you just have to be aware.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what it is. You have to be aware of that. And if you see a pile of horse poo on the road, then you know that there's a buggy around.
Yep.
That's right. So just, be alert and be aware. So, it is sad.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Let's see. What were we into? We were into
this day in history.
Yeah, okay. This is a little. This is a little more. This is happier.
Nice.
1955, Disneyland, an amusement park featuring attractions based on the creations of Walt Disney and Disney Company, opened in Anaheim, California. So that was in 1955. Okay.
Yeah, funny story about, well, not really funny, but we were going through some old photos, and I found some old Polaroids of my uncle, like back in, I want to say the 70s, and he was at Disney World. And my aunt was like, "Oh, look at these," and she threw them out, like in the because like I don't know, she doesn't really talk to him anymore, and she's like, he doesn't need these. But there was like a whole like photo album of like this Disney trip, and so
Was this in Florida?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, sorry. Did I say Disney
World.
Well, yeah,
No,
land.
you
Sorry.
said Disney World.
But anyways, like I dug it out of the trash, and I just have all those Polaroids now. I
Well,
mean,
good for you.
yeah, I don't know. I just like feel bad for like because like he didn't even get to look at them, and she's like my aunt's just throwing them out like in the garbage.
Well, is he deceased?
No, he's still with
you
us.
gotta-
Yeah,
Send those pictures to him.
I know.
You should do that.
Yeah, no, I
Or
gotta.
you don't want to get into it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, at least you have it, right? Okay. 1945, Joseph Stalin, Winston Churchill, and Harry S. Truman met at the Potsdam Conference, the last Allied summit conference of World War II. That must have been something. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's definitely a meeting you would want to be a fly on the wall for. You know?
Right. 1944, German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel was seriously injured when his car was forced off the road by British fighter bombers. In 1918, former Russian Tsar Nicholas II and his family were executed by Bolsheviks. In 1918, the Carpathia, the ocean liner that rescued the survivors of the Titanic in 1912, was sunk by a German U-boat during World War I. 1902, American mechanical engineer Willis Carrier completed drawings for what would become the first modern air conditioner. That was in 1902. In 1862, Abraham Lincoln's wartime Congress passed the Second Confiscation Act, a precursor to the Emancipation Proclamation. And we'll go one more. 1763, John Jacob Astor, founder of a renowned family of Anglo-American... Okay, let me move this up. Anglo-American capitalists, business leaders, and philanthropists, was born in Waldorf, Germany. So there you go. That's your history lesson for today, folks. And we hope that you enjoyed that.
It's very nice.
Okay. All right. It is, let's see, 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's check our temperature outside of the Francis E. Wood Studios here. It is 78 degrees now.
It's moving up.
Yeah,
Moving
and
up.
we'll have our full forecast coming up at 8:30. Excuse me, I've had this frog in my throat for a little while. Oddities.
Oh, yes.
Actually, let's go to some entertainment news here. All right. As I mentioned, I saw that Fly Me to the Moon. And
How was that movie?
It was really good. It starred. Oh, well, never mind. Those are going to go out of my head anyway. The actors, but anyway, it was a very good movie. I had that and the one that Kevin Costner's in.
Oh, the baseball. He's in like 8 baseball movies. They shouldn't.
No, he's not. This one wasn't the baseball.
Okay.
This was the movie where he was. They were doing the West.
John would know.
My mind is just gone
Yeah.
completely.
But like a Western kind of.
Yeah, it's a Western. It was how they, after the Civil War, they were tried to settle the West.
Okay.
So maybe you can look that up and
Yes.
refresh my memory.
That was Horizon.
Horizon. That's it. Yeah. So I had the pick of that, and I chose the other one, the romantic comedy, sort of. I guess it was a romantic comedy. But anyway, let's see here what we've got. I don't know. I can't see anything in entertainment news that is really is going to stand out. So let's get out of that. Well, let's talk a little bit about food.
Sure, Chris.
What-
You did bring in a very interesting recipe. You know, one of our first conversations today was about this savory sounding basil and chicken cream.
Basil and yes, chicken and basil
Sauce.
cream. That's what our recipe is
Yes,
going to be for today.
that's so exciting.
And I also brought the barbecue recipe
Yes.
that I did last week.
Absolutely.
So I finally had a chance to print that out again.
Okay.
And so we'll have that as well. But we're talking about squash.
We were talking about squash.
About squash and the difference between zucchini, yellow squash,
and
and
eggplant.
Eggplant.
Apparently, I mean, and this is just Google, but like, yeah, people use squash interchangeably for eggplant, even though they're not the same thing. It's like not in the squash family, eggplant, but they'll call it squash, which is very interesting. Yeah, are you a big fan of those like kind of vegetables, Chris, like eggplant and squash?
Not really.
Not a
It
big
just-
zucchini fan.
Well, it just depends upon how it's cooked. Let's put it that way. Because I'll take yellow squash maybe in a salad for raw, but I don't like it cooked to a pulp. I do like it fried sometimes. You know, when you put an egg batter and flour and stuff like that. It's good that way. The best way I like it is the way I fixed it last night. I have some yellow squash coming in, but I've got the straight neck squash. In other words, it doesn't have the crook in it because I feel like that's just nothing but waste, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, and the best time to pick it and use it is when the bloom is just gotten, you know, wilted up, and then you pick it because that's when it's the freshest. Okay, so I chopped it up. And I put about a tablespoon of butter
Okay.
in my little frying pan I've got. It's just for me. And then I put chopped up some onion, and I used spring onions. And then I chopped up a little bit of green pepper. Then I added my Mrs. Dash herb and garlic.
And I don't think I've tried that before,
Oh,
actually.
I use it for everything.
Is that at Walmart? Like, can I pick it
yeah,
up? Okay.
yeah. If you can find it.
Okay.
And or if you can find the spice section, I have to ask because they moved everything around.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Uh-huh.
I was like, did you buy it all? In my head, I was like, what does Chris mean? What is this?
No, I didn't buy it all.
Okay.
But anyway, so I
man.
used that and a little pepper, a little salt, just a little, and sauteed that up, and it was just yummy, just really good. It went good with my shrimp salad that I made, pasta salad. So
That sounds
anyway,
amazing.
that was good with a little bit of cantaloupe, and that was my dinner.
That's a dinner for a real queen. Chris. Wow.
I wouldn't say that, but you know, every once in a while I get
Fit for
a
royalty.
hankering.
That is.
Yeah, but anyway, that's going to be our recipe for today. That's chicken and basil cream.
Very exciting.
Sounds a little rich.
I made I've been doing like experimenting with tuna a lot recently
Oh,
because
really?
tuna is like a protein that I like, you know, grew up with and I've always enjoyed, and I just like I just like tuna. I think it's the texture is really good, like in my mind. And you can get the chunky kind of like one, or you can get the more like kind of not minced, but like, you know, ground
Yeah.
up. Anyways, so
Shredded or whatever.
exactly. But I started to stop, like, I started to not use mayonnaise anymore when I was, like, making tuna fish. And I would, like, experiment with, like, oh, what if I put a little Caesar dressing in here? And that's been really exciting. That kind of, like, opened my world up to a whole new opportunity, you know, of being like, oh, I could put anything I want in tuna, and it'll still be tuna fish. It'll be amazing. I tried, I don't know if I was telling you this or not, but roasted red peppers. I have like a really nice jar of like sun-dried, I'm sorry, not roasted red peppers, but sun-dried tomatoes. And like went ahead and put those in as well. And just like, oh my goodness, the taste is just like changing. Yesterday, I ran out of sun-dried tomatoes. So I was like, I gotta figure out something because I need tuna like right now.
Oh
so
boy, you crave tuna.
I kind of do. I'm fiending for it, Chris, you know.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I looked in the fridge and I was like, I don't have anything, you know. And then I found some little like cherry tomatoes, and I was like, okay, well, this will have to do because I need this now. And so I like chopped it up and like so good, so fresh and like refreshing on like a ciabatta roll. Put a little dill like seasoning in there. Some of the best. Like yeah.
Tuna is the type of thing that you can really expand.
Yes.
On. Well, they have done it, you know, in the stores too. You get these little packets of, you know, mixed with various herbs or various other.
Yeah, like lemon pepper or like all that stuff.
All that stuff.
My girlfriend's so crazy that she actually put relish, which I thought was a step too far. But
no, I put relish in my tuna salad.
In tuna fish? Like
tuna fish. I make tuna fish salad, and what I do is I boil a couple of eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Then I put relish and celery and onion, and basically that's it. With some I do add ranch dressing, a little bit of ranch dressing along with the mayonnaise.
Okay.
And if I'm really, 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 then I'll add some egg noodles to it as well.
Okay.
Make it sort of a tuna pasta salad.
That sounds nice. I feel like relish is like a step too far. I feel like it's also disrespectful for the tuna fish. Like relish in my mind is like hot dog. Like I don't know what else you would even use relish on.
I use relish in my deviled eggs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
I should try
sweet pickle relish. Yes.
Yeah, that's like one thing I only use. I have that just like one use for, and that's like hot dogs. Nothing else in my mind.
I don't eat hot dogs much.
Okay. Well, that's the difference between you and me. Not
saying that I don't like hot dogs.
Exactly.
They're not really that good for you.
They're really bad. They just use like the scraps from the factory. Yeah, who knows what they're putting in there.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I should reconsider my...
But I do enjoy a hot dog every once in a while.
Every once in a while, it's nice.
Francis liked corn dogs.
So. Oh, those are good.
Yeah. His mother called them brown hounds. And they went to a restaurant one time.
Yeah.
And they were ordering. And his mother asked, do you have brown hounds? And the waitress looked at her like she'd lost her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Francis said, no, it's corn dogs, Mom. Corn dogs. Oh, well, I call them brown hounds, that type of thing.
I have never heard anything like that before in my life.
You've never heard a hot dog called a brown hound?
No.
Oh, come on. I know folks out there that are listening know about brown hounds.
That's the first time I'm hearing that ever in my life. I swear to you, Chris.
Gee, 3 police cars just drove by.
Oh, boy. That is...
Wow. Okay. Anyway. It is 8:31.
Oh goodness, we got to get into
We've got to get into our
the
business
weather
here.
And the birthday calendar.
This edition of the weather is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County.
Hello, I'm Stuart Wilborn, manager of the Bank of Charlotte County Loan Office in downtown Farmville. I invite you to call or come by and see me about your loan needs. Whether it's time to purchase investment property, build your dream house, expand your business, or purchase timberland or farmland, you will find old school personal assistance with attention to detail. Stop by our office at 216 North Main Street or call us at 391-1136. The Bank of Charlotte County, giving you more for your banking needs. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, the weather forecast, we'll get into details about that right here. For today, we'll see showers and thunderstorms likely mainly after 5 o'clock this evening. Otherwise, mostly sunny with a high near 95. We do have a heat advisory in effect from now until 8 o'clock this evening. Heat index values as high as 105, so it's going to be rather humid out there. Southwest wind around 7 to 9 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is at 60%. For tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely before 2 a.m., then a chance of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy with a low around 71. Southwest winds around 3 to 7 miles per hour. Chance of precip is 60%. Thursday, a chance of showers before 11 a.m., then showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., then a chance of showers and storms after that. So mostly all day, we'll see that chance of rain. Mostly cloudy with a high near 87 tomorrow. North winds at 3 to 5 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 60%. Thursday night, a chance of showers and storms before 8 p.m., then a slight chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 66 degrees. Chance of rain is at 30%. Then for Friday, we'll see partly sunny skies with a 20% chance of a shower. Friday night, a slight chance of showers at 20% with a low 66. On Saturday, a 40% chance of some showers and thunderstorms with a high of 84. Saturday night, we'll see a chance of some storms at 30% with a low of 68. And for Sunday, a high 89 degrees with a 40% chance of some thunderstorms. Let's check our temperature outside. It's 78 degrees. We do have pretty much fair skies outside. Humidity is 83%. Our wind speed is from the south at around 5 miles per hour. Our barometer is at 29.95 inches. Dew point at 73. And once again, 78 degrees outside. The weather has been brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, Brookneal, and their loan office in downtown Farmville. I'm going to get this throat cleared up here in just a few minutes. Let's move on to our birthdays and perhaps anniversaries, brought to you by Terry Atkins Wilson, PC.
The law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, is located at 117 North Main Street in downtown Farmville. With deep roots in Farmville and our surrounding communities, Terry and her legal staff specialize in real estate law, wills and trusts, business formations, and collections. Experience and professionalism are extended to every customer in every case. The needs and concerns of every customer are their primary focus. If you have legal needs, contact the law office of Terry Atkins Wilson, PC, for a consultation at 434-392-1422.
We've got Noah Massage here to bring us our birthdays, perhaps anniversaries, and a couple of belated.
Yes, we have some belated.
Yeah.
We got some new ones. We got some old ones. And we got some upcoming ones as well. So starting off with the birthday calendar, we have Angela Wheeler, Austin Rigsby, Robbie Roberts, Rodney Watts, Justin Dalton, and we also have a belated birthday, Lila Bryn Eways, which I believe you have a relation with.
Yes, she's my granddaughter.
Very nice,
yeah.
Very nice. How old is she?
Her birthday was on the 13th. She's 12.
12?
Today. Unbelievable.
That is such a very, yeah.
She's so beautiful.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
It's a very beautiful name, too, Lila. That's
Lila Bryn.
I haven't,
Bryn is Welsh. That's my contribution.
Okay. Way to go, Chris. I like it. And we have one anniversary. There's also, I think it's a belated.
Yeah, from yesterday.
Jimmy and Charlena Eggleston, celebrating 40 years. They live in Keysville. Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. 40 years. That's if you can do anything for 40 years, you got it. I mean, that's insane.
They're wonderful people too. Mm-hmm. I know them personally.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So
their birthday, our anniversary was yesterday. So
okay.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah. Great.
Those are
That's it.
everything?
That's
How can they get those names to us?
They can get those names to us by sending them to birthdays. Sorry, guys. Birthdays at WFLO.net. And you can also call in at 434-394-0924 if there's a birthday and we missed it. You can call in that number, and we'll go ahead and read that on the air live. Other ways, you can just... Yeah, those are the best ways. If you want to go crazy, you can smoke signal, and we'll be on the lookout for one. But but no guarantee we'll actually see it.
Yeah, that's all right.
You should put that disclaimer out there. Okay. That's all. That's all I got, Chris.
That's all you got. All right. For the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilson PC on Main Street in Farmville. All right. Excuse me just a minute. Okay, I'm good. It's time.
Okay. Oh, goodness.
Chicken and basil cream. That is a recipe for this week. It's submitted by Emily Daggett off of the All Recipes website, which I love dearly. The prep time is 15 minutes. Cook time is 15 minutes. So your total prep time is 30 minutes, and it serves 4. So here we go.
Okay.
Here are the ingredients. You'll need 1/4 of a cup of milk, 1/4 of a cup of dried breadcrumbs, 4 skinless, boneless chicken breasts, and you can use chicken thighs if you wish, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 a cup of chicken broth, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 4-ounce jar of sliced pimento peppers, drained, 1/2 a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh basil, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground black pepper. Those things are not hard to find.
No.
In the store.
Those are very common.
Very common.
Yeah.
Always keep chicken broth and beef broth and all that kind of stuff in the fridge. Okay, step 1. Place the milk and breadcrumbs in separate shallow bowls. All right? And in the skillet, heat the butter or margarine to medium heat. Dip chicken in the milk, then coat with crumbs. Excuse me.
You're good.
Cook in butter or margarine on both sides until the juices run clear. It's about 10 minutes. Remove and keep warm. Okay, so you've done the chicken. All right, step 2. Add broth to the skillet. Bring to a boil over medium heat and stir to loosen the brown bits from the pan. Get those dregs up there. Stir in the cream and pimentos. Boil and stir for 1 minute. Then you reduce the heat. Add the Parmesan cheese, the basil, and the pepper. Stir the sauce and cook until heated through. Pour the mixture over the chicken and serve. There you go.
That's so easy.
So easy.
Wow.
So good. Sounds fantastic. I might have to make that this weekend.
If you do, make sure you save some for me, Chris. Okay.
We will have this as well
on the website.
On the website.
Absolutely.
As well as the other barbecue.
Yes.
Southern barbecue that I failed to bring last week.
I was shocked.
Well, I kept thinking about it then.
Chris, you were acting up.
I know.
You weren't doing...
Smack me.
I know. What's up with that, Chris? No, I'm kidding.
Anyway,
oh, man.
That's the recipe, and you'll get 2 for 1.
There you go.
Coming up. So 434-394-0924 is the number to call, and somebody just drove by and waved.
Oh, very nice.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. Let's see. We have our celebrity birthdays to contend with here. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. David Hasselhoff.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
He turned 72 today. And he's originally from Baltimore. So that's your fun fact. I'm going to start making fun of the fun facts.
Okay.
Anyway, so David Hasselhoff is 72. And let's see. Who else celebrating a big day today? Singer Luke Bryan turns 48 today. He's hosted the CMA Awards multiple times. Luke Bryan, 48 years old. I hope that wasn't your finger.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Actress Summer Bichelle turns 36 today. Fun fact, one of her first TV show appearances was an episode of Days of Our Lives in 2005.
Did you watch that show at all?
I certainly did. Yeah. I watched that, As the World Turns. What else did I watch? Dark
Seventh
Shadows.
Heaven? Seventh Heaven?
No, I didn't watch Seventh
Okay.
Heaven. That's not it. That wasn't a soap opera, was it?
No.
I didn't think so.
I mean, no.
I
Probably
didn't
not.
watch that hospital thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't watch that one. The Young and the Restless.
Okay.
And the funny thing is about soap operas, and
Yeah.
I've told this on the air before, I said you can stop watching them for 2 or 3 years and
Pick it back up.
pick them back up, and you can get right back into the saddle again. Okay.
That's funny.
All right. Sportscaster Vern Lundquist, had never heard of him, is 84 today. Bassist Geezer Butler of Black Sabbath, 75.
Okay. That's an intense name, by the way.
Geezer Butler?
Yeah, that's a lot of too much going on. You gotta take one of those away.
Yeah. Actor Lucy Arnaz,
Ah.
73. That's Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz's daughter. 73 today. Bassist Fran Smith Jr. of the Hooters is 72. TV producer Mark Burnett of Survivor and The Apprentice. He's pretty well into the know of things. Is 64. Actor Nancy Giles of China Beach. Did you ever watch China Beach?
I did not.
It's a really good show. She is 64. Singer Regina Bell is 61. All right, country singer Craig Morgan is 60. Bassist Lou Barlow of Dinosaur Jr. and Sabato, and also Folk Implosion is 58.
I know 2 out of the 3 bands you just said.
Oh, really? You do? Which
Dinosaur Jr. and Folk and Implosion.
All right.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah, very good. That's like that goes probably in the genre of like alternative,
Right.
like weird
80s,
90s stuff,
Right.
which that's so good. I want to eat it all up, Chris.
Okay.
I showed John a song. I showed John a song the other day. Doesn't matter what song. But if you were curious, it's the Flaming Lips song. Do you realize? And he was like, oh, I get it now. And it was like, is John gonna like finally understand my kind of music that I listen to? He was like, you like music that just sounds terrible. And I was like, not exactly, but I appreciate, like, I don't know. Yeah, John, I don't know. John was giving me a hard time for all these, like.
You appreciate what?
I guess.
Diversiveness
Like
of it?
roughness of this, yeah, and like the actual, like the less. It's not like overly produced where it sounds like, super nice. It's just more like of a rough cuts. But that's the actual song. I don't know. I just like I like this. I don't know. Yeah, John does not like my tastes in tunes.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
No.
You need a little.
Diversity.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
There, I've used that word twice. Okay, where was I? Contemporary Christian singer Susan Ashton is 57. Actor Andre Royo of The Wire is 56. Actor Biddy Scram of Monk is 56. Actor Jason Clarke of Zero Dark 30 and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is 55 today. Director F. Gary Gray of Straight Outta Compton and Furious 8 is 55. Singer JC of PM Dawn, 53. Rapper Soul is 51. Actor Eric Winter of Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay is 48. Actor Mike Vogel of Under the Dome and The Help is 45. Actor Tom Cullen of Downton Abbey is 39. And actor Brando Eaton of Dexter is 38. And singer Jeremiah is 37. So, those are our birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays. Very nice.
For today. All right, let's see if we have a caller. We do.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning.
Hello there.
Hi. I'm trying to set a personal record. That's why I've been calling every day. I think 6 days in a row was the most. so just bear with me. So, yeah, we'll be calling Guinness beginning the next week.
That is really funny.
That's my biggest quest in life. It'll be on my tombstone. Called Flo 8 days in a row. Oh my! But you guys are talking about food, and have you and relish? You don't know what to do with relish. You guys, do you make your own 1,000 Island?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
All right. Oh, yeah, I actually...
We killed the conversation, Chris. that conversation hit a roadblock right there.
No, I guess it was a question. I wasn't expecting a response.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I make it my own dressings.
Oh,
but
good.
it's really simple.
What else do you put in there other than the relish?
Oh, it's just mayo and ketchup, and you add your relish, and then some people use a hot sauce, depending on how spicy you want it. And that's about it.
No, okay.
Any garlic?
So, yeah. Well, I guess you can be creative. I mean, there's no law that says you can't sneak it in.
True.
Maybe the food police will be knocking at your door. No garlic in there. But yeah, it's so simple. And, yeah, just experiment with the serving. And yeah, you'll start to see the ketchup kind of turn colors, and if you want it store-bought color or less or more, and so that's just personal preference. But
What about French dressing?
Yes, well, with the creamy stuff, I prefer more of the oil and vinegar. So, but yeah, I will make French and. The ranch, the creamy ranch, but yeah.
Well, what's
French,
the difference
Russian.
between Catalina and the French?
Oh gosh, I would have to refer to my. I have a little 3x5s in a book.
Oh, you do?
But
Bless your heart.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you you make notes in your cookbooks. Mm-hmm. So this was a horrible dish or something. So you can go to it, or sometimes I used to just to recreate something and find out that I made it before, and I really didn't like it.
That's disappointing.
Yes. So after everything, I just write like or dislike or blah blah.
Well, what's your favorite dish to pick for comfort, and as a comfort food or as a go-to? That you don't have to use a recipe.
I call it the sandwich, okay? And I picked it up out of a vegetarian cookbook. Mm-hmm. And it's this big French roll that you split in half, and then you add things. You make a kind of like a vinaigrette dressing, and you use them. They prefer that you use like a plum tomato with Roma tomatoes. I guess they're not as juicy, and just some olives, and then stuff like that, cheese. Mm-hmm. But my goodness, I don't make it often because I end up eating the whole 12-inch sub. And if you can imagine, just feel so uncomfortable after that.
Yeah.
But there was a dish a friend was telling me about, and they asked me to try to make it. And evidently it's I think it's a Danish dish, and it's called Ole Bolin. Ever heard of it?
Ole Bolin? No.
Yeah. I guess it's converted to, it means oily balls. So it's kind of like a, I knew somebody was going to giggle. But it kind of just seems like it will turn out to be almost like a donut with no hole in it.
Oh.
So they're like, oh, can you make it? Can you find the recipe? Yada, yada. And it's almost like you're making bread.
Oh, okay.
And how's the oily ball going for you so far?
I dig up the directions. I'm just not interested in eating any of that during the day yet. So it has to be like that special day where you just like, ugh. Because you sprinkle powdered sugar, or you can pump it with a fruit or something like that.
Oh, sounds like a Danish type thing.
Yeah, kind of. Mm-hmm. But do either of you make bread?
I tried my mother's recipe a couple of times. I could not duplicate it, so I gave up. Unless I have it, I might try to do that now that I'm on my own and have a day that I'm not doing anything, and make up a batch. But hers was pretty special.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I made up the starter for a sourdough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, I'll probably have to look it up in one of my books to see. The sourdough, you almost make that starter a few days in advance, so it almost ferments.
That's right.
Yes, and I guess there's something on top they call hooch, so I guess it refers to, I guess it can be drinkable, almost like your backwoods.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know somebody who did that before.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. You used to have a friend who did that?
Yeah.
Then, to be, do you guys know? Because you're familiar with the show where they go in the backwoods and make it. And
yeah. Oh, is it just like moonshiners?
Still,
like
moonshiners or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And they have a bunch of states that they're in. From Virginia to West Virginia down into the Tennessee. I guess most of it seems to be in the hills.
Uh-huh.
And do you guys know anybody that does that?
Are you a part of law enforcement in any way?
I am, yes.
Okay, well, yeah. I don't know anybody.
But we were talking about that.
Goodness.
At some point in time, and somebody had a relative who used to run moonshine, make it and run it. But I can't remember who it was now. Daggone it.
Huh.
I don't remember. But
because I run into people once in a while, and they're like, "Oh man, I got this bottle, this thing of moonshine, and you want to try it?" And so that's about the extent of my dabble in it. I wouldn't even know who. Just to say, hypothetical, if you wanted to buy some, would you even know who to talk to?
You can buy it. You mean from a runner or something like that, or they sell moonshine at the liquor store.
Yeah. But
but that's regulated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would bet, and it's probably toned down. But yeah, like just say if you're having a party and they're like, oh, I want to get some moonshine for the guests for the weekend. Do you think you could come up with some before the weekend?
I probably could. And I don't know the guy directly, but I know a guy who knows a guy. So actually, people say that as a joke. I literally know somebody who knows somebody. So hey.
Huh. I was just curious.
Well, what's the difference between moonshine and grain alcohol?
One makes you go blind. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. Do you think it's the product that they use? Like, what's the difference between bourbon and whiskey? I think bourbon's required to have a certain amount of corn in it, more corn than like 51%, or so there's grain alcohol, grains only. And no corn,
I
or
suppose. I really don't know, but I was just wondering about that.
I haven't the slightest.
Now, how do we get off on alcohol and stuff?
I don't know. I called for a couple cooking questions. I know. Now we're.
The bread.
Oh, the bread.
Started
yeah.
with the bread.
We started with the
That's
bread.
right. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
You don't even need to drink it. If you just get a whiff of that, like yeast, you'll be floating around the kitchen all day.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah, that's really.
My parents used to make homebrew in the basement.
Okay.
And you get that yeasty smell coming through. This was way back when I was a little girl. Anyway, yeah, they used to make homebrew, but I never did taste it or anything like that. But anyway, that's what they did. Yeah. Well, let's see. You're a vegetarian, right?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's one of your best vegetarian dishes that you make?
I would say the sandwich. I call it the sandwich. Yes, everybody cringes when I say I'm making the sandwich tonight. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a drag.
Like what kind of, do you use lettuce or romaine or do you use spring?
Basil.
You use basil? Oh.
Yes, yeah. So it seems like basil is quite often more, I find it more universal. The more you use it, the more you can just make a basil salad or just dress the burger with it. But heck yeah, it's so much more flavorful.
Yeah.
Than just a big chunk of lettuce.
Right. Or spinach. I guess I sometimes use the raw baby spinach on my burgers rather than lettuce.
Okay. Yes. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. But between that and the pesto that I make.
You put the pesto on your burger?
No, ma'am. No.
Now your burger is a tofu burger, right?
Yeah, something like that. You can get them at the they're made up. Some of them they have tofu, or some of them are chickpea, or somehow they bind it with a bean and a mulched up mushroom.
Oh,
but yeah.
Well, sounds good, but we got to go.
Okay.
I might want to take this up tomorrow, but anyway.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have to call to continue my streak.
Okay. Absolutely. You do that.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Have a great
Take
day.
care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. That takes us up to almost news time here.
Yes, it does.
So let's see. John Staten is in the house as well.
John is in the house.
Yep. And I'm going to be playing music from now until 11 o'clock.
Perfect.
So we've got the morning planned. Okay?
Sounds great.
Sounds great.
Chris.
Everybody have a great day. Stay warm.
Bye-bye.
Stay cool, Bye-bye.